Hey everyone, I'm Orca Gaming, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Monster Legends, welcome to a brand new 72-hour challenge. So if you've seen any of my 72-hour challenge, you will already know that the number one thing I recommend you go for is the gems. The gems and the relics, that's usually your best bets. You have, it's honestly the most value. Specifically, if you only get the gems out of the 72-hour challenge, you can get 39 gems, which is a really good amount, especially because, let's scroll down over here. We have this event that's going to come out soon, the Crusty'S event, and I am telling you right now, in order to get this monster, you're going to need approximately 150 gems. So this event starts in 3 days, the 72-hour challenge lasts 3 days, so in this amount of time, you can get 40 gems almost, well okay fine, 39 gems, you can get 39 gems from the 72-hour challenge, not to mention, you can complete your resource dungeons, you can do your easy gem dungeon, your medium gem dungeon, and your hard gem dungeon, and all of those extra gems can help you get closer to that 150 gem mark. And hopefully you've seen my video on how to get 20 gems, how to place in the top 5,000 from the Rune Lords event, and you can use that event to get you more gems for the Crusty'S event. So in my personal opinion, the best thing you can do with the 72-hour challenge is to focus on getting gems. That is 100% the best thing you can do, especially since we have the Crusty'S event coming up. But let's say you are focused on getting a monster, which monster is better and all that stuff. Well, the best monster to get is always going to be the monster in the middle. And the reason that is because the monster in the middle, relative to the other monsters, is the cheapest, right? For a legendary. You can get Captain Legends, it costs around 8,000 coins. The monster in the middle is like 14,000 coins, and the monster on the right is like 23,000 coins. So considering you can get a legendary monster for half the price of the Firestorm, that is a way better value. So in terms of value, the monster in the middle is the best, and then it really doesn't matter. You really should prioritize gems. So I'm going to do a monster review on Firestorm and Llao Llao just to give you guys a better idea of what these monsters can use. One of the main questions I get is armor. What is this legendary monster good or not? And to be completely honest, and I've been mentioning this multiple times, you don't really need to focus on getting the legendary monsters because realistically you're going to be using mythic monsters moving forward. And for example, right now we have this abduction maze. Hopefully you already got the monster from the limited time pathway, and if you don't, I do believe it's still going on, so just focus on getting the monster right there. So if I show you my monster vault right now, and I scroll to the right, watch, I have 160 cells from the limited time pathway. And look at Metal Beat, this is a previous maze monster. So the thing is that these mythic monsters, especially from the mazes, they're extremely free-to-play friendly, where you can get pretty much every mythic monster from the maze, the progressive event, like the Tails event, you can get them if you're strategic. So don't worry about the monsters, I'll still do a monster review on them, but really focus on the gems and the relics because you might pull a diamond out of there. With that being said, we're really quickly going to talk about how to get challenge coins. So you first start off with 350 coins, and in order to get more challenge coins, you basically just need to win player versus player. So let me take on this base in the middle, we'll click fight, and we'll click fight again. And again, you basically just need to win, and that's all you gotta do. So we'll attack Hornet's dead. I got hit with all of these negative effects. Let's restore the dream. Let's churn transfer in case he can resurrect. Remember to sub. And remember to sub. Alright, let's see what he does to me. Ancestral Flail Swing. Dang. Hit me with a stun. I will do that. We'll Death Door. My armor can't do anything. We'll do Despicable and GG. Alright. So the minute you get a victory, check this out. Exit out. And spin the roulette wheel. Those coins right there, the 510 or the 500, those are your challenge coins. So depending on what league you're in, you're gonna get different amount of challenge coins. So if you're in Legendary 4 League, you'll get 500 challenge coins. In my personal opinion, that is the sweet spot. That is where you want to be. Champion 1 League right here will give you 420. So for every victory in Legendary 4 League, you can actually get 80 coins more. So 500. If you jump up to Legendary 3, you actually get 510, so an additional 10 coins for more competitive battles. In my opinion, that is not worth it. So I personally think it is better that you stay in Legendary 4 League. And even if you're a brand new account, you should check out some of my other 72-hour challenge videos. You should be able, realistically, dang, I should have done a different attack. You should realistically be able to be in Legendary 4 League in a matter of 2 or 3 weeks. I did it with Triple Pandakin team. And then it's just about being strategic, and I'll talk about that right now. Let me just win this battle just to show you guys that you always have to spin the roulette wheel. That is super, super important. Here, we'll restore the dream. We'll remove negative effects. And let's see, Hand of God, Reflection. There you go. All right, we'll recharge. Remember to sub. All right, that's one down. Resurrection. I'll go ahead and kill him. Single target. Boom. All right, next we'll go for Hornet. And you probably have Revival. Oh, no Revival. I was expecting a Revival. Alright, we will kill Wormlad, and there we go. So again, you have to win PvP. Assuming you win PvP, you get to spin the roulette wheel. You spin that roulette wheel, you get your 500 coins. It looks like... Oh, I jumped up to Legendary 3 League, so here you see the difference. 510 challenge coins. So check this out. I am in L3, 510, but now what happens is the battles get more difficult. So yes, I get more coins, only 10, but they're more difficult. That's why Legendary 4 is the sweet spot. So what you want to do is not have so many defense wins. What you want to do is you want to change your defense team to something that's super easy, super beatable, that the opponents can easily destroy you. So watch, let me put a bunch of common monsters. And the reason you want to do that is because once you put a weak defense team, put the lowest level you have, especially on a new account, you're going to get attacked. So you should not have a shield active. You're going to get attacked. And when you get attacked, you get a super easy revenge battle. And that is how you'll get a bunch of challenge coins. So that is the trick to that. As far as the 72-hour challenge, the cards just basically shuffle and you get to flip over a card. It is possible to get the monster in the very first card flip, the second card flip, the third. You can get it at any card flip. It's just not likely you'll get it often. If you look at the chart of the cost, you'll notice that as you increase in flipping over cards, the price increases as well. So when it's down to like the last 3 cards, it's super expensive. So that's why I say prioritize the gems. More than anything, gems is the things to go for. Here, we'll just finish flipping cards and then we'll get into the monster analysis portion of the video. But I can't stress enough how important it is to get gems. Again, you're going to get 39 gems from here. And then you do your easy gem dungeon, your medium gem dungeon, your hard gem dungeon. You place in the top 5,000 in the gold, in the gold rune, in the Rune Lords event. And by then you should probably have your 150 gems needed to get your Crusty'S. So get a mythic monster. I consider the 72-hour challenge as we'll say 1/3 of the cost of a mythic monster. So it's amazing. You should definitely focus on the gems. So it's gotten too expensive for me. We're gonna exit out. That was a cool design I ended up with. And again, if you don't have a level 10 rune for the Rune Lords event, hopefully you got 10 laps at least in the marathon. And because then you'll be able to buy this level 10 rune for 325 gems. So that is my advice to you. That is my recommendation for you. And let us scroll up here. Some of you, if you're able to place in the top 5,000, you'll get some gems from here. That would be nice. By the way, see how the timer says 1 day, 4 hours? So realistically, what you should do, if you buy that level 10 rune, is you go to craft, you sort by level 10, and you put your rune in there, and then you put a bunch of level 1 runes. It doesn't matter what color it is. So here, and I'll craft, and then in 24 hours, in approximately a day, I will have a level 10 rune, and there you go. So yeah, just... Again, like that is how you place top 5,000 when there's a Rune Lords event, so I'll leave that there. Let's get into the analysis. Alright, so the first monster we have is Llao Llao. Look at that power, 34, 32, and look at that speed stat. That is super impressive. 35, 53, this is officially one of the fastest legendary monsters in the game. Alright, her trait, however, is not that great. Super attuned, regains 50 points of stamina when affected by weak types. So if a light monster attacks this monster, then you get 50 stamina points. Considering a legendary monster has 140 stamina, this is like 1/3 the stamina. In terms of relic, this monster can hold the amulet relic and the staff relic. So obviously, depending what relics you have, you can utilize different abilities. Amulet tends to be healing. It's also stamina drain if you have Charizard's amulet. Staff, you can recover stamina with Cane of Atlantis. You can drain stamina with Pump Seed Staff or Relation Staff. So with these two, you can actually do like 100% stamina drain if you have the Pump Seed Staff combined with the Charizard's amulet, or even an Oblation Staff combined with the Charizard's amulet. So pretty good relic slots. Again, not a good trait. Super fast monster. Scrolling down to some attacks, we have Cat's Braw deals massive light damage to all enemies, may apply 100% damage reduction. 100% damage reduction, basically as the name implies, the damage output from the enemies is going to be completely reduced to 0. So if an enemy monster could have hit you with an OTK, well, now they're going to deal 0 damage. It's also a massive attack, right? Massive light damage, 75 AoE. Alright, let's see what we have. This skill gives you a damage boost. This skill over here is 50% chance of blinding. There used to be a lot, I don't know if I've seen this so much with Mythics, but there used to be a lot of 50% chance to do this, 50% chance to do that with our legendary monsters, at least skills group 1 skills. 50% chance to daze. Let's move on. Alright, we have Brisk Blemish, deals heavy special damage, removes negative effects from itself, gains stamina regen. So we have a skill that can give you stamina regen, so you'd never have to worry about stamina. Dazing Wind, this deals moderate light damage, 50% chance of dazing. So even though it's 50% chance to daze, the important thing about this skill is that 40 damage light-based AoE. That is awesome. That is pretty powerful. Go, Kenzo Go, deals heavy light damage, may make target bleed and apply stamina leak to target, so 2 negative effects on top of the 50 damage. And then skills group 3, we have a 75 damage attack, massive special damage, removes negative effects from itself. This is a fantastic single target attack. Blinding Wind deals moderate light damage and it's an AoE blind. So remember, I mentioned with the relics, if you have Pump Seed Staff or if you have Oblation Staff combined with a Charizard's Amulet, you can basically stamina drain the enemies and blind them. So even if they have a relic that can recover their stamina, hey, they're blinded now. That's pretty cool. So you have this 35 blind AoE and a potential 50% chance to daze, which is 40 damage. So this is an attacker that just happens to be able to reduce accuracy. So it's pretty awesome. And look at this, Don't Stop Kenzo, another massive attack. So we have 2 75 damage attacks. And this one applies bleed on top of it. So overall, this is a strong attacker monster. I'm actually surprised it's in the middle. Strong, it's a good power, it's a good speed stat, it suffers in the trait, good relic slots. Overall though, a really great light attacker. And then we contrast that to the Firestorm. So here's the thing about the Firestorm. I actually kind of like the design a lot. However, this monster, look at that speed. He is so slow. He is slower than some tanks in the game. He is like, he doesn't even get a turn in. Let's face it, he's super slow. His power is impressive, 35-75, but I can't get over that bad speed stat. His trait doesn't make things any better. I mean, it goes with the scheme, right? He's literally a fire monster, so it makes sense he's immune to burning, but like, being this slow, he is going to get denied, he's going to get possessed, he's going to get stunned, he's going to get something. Not a fan of that. His relic slots, he can hold a trap relic, so Oblation Trap, Nabulance Trap, you know, stamina draining relics. You can hold a sword relic, I mean, really great for attacker monsters, which clearly he is, considering that power stats. Looking at his other stuff, let's see, we have this Meteor Crash, deals major fire damage to all enemies. It's an AoE stun alt. Strong damage output there. Stop right there. 35 damage, 50% chance to stun. Low fire damage. You have a spammable AoE skill right here. 30 damage, 0 turn cooldown. And Feel My Power. 35 damage, 0 cooldown. Alright. I remember using this monster a lot back in the day just because he could stun. So turn yourself into the law. 40 damage stun skill. He literally picks up a card and smashes it on the enemy. That's what I remember about this monster. So yeah, again, like the design, I like that skill. But still, let's see. A 35 damage AoE burn, no, not AoE burning, just a 35 damage fire-based attack. Suffer the Fire. Devil deals moderate fire damage, 50% chance to burn. So you single target an enemy and you potentially burn all the enemy monsters. Surrender Villain, 60 damage, 4 turn cooldown. That is such a high cooldown. Going back to Llao Llao, Llao Llao has 75 damage, 2 of them on only a 2 turn cooldown, and these apply effects. Firestorm though, he's like, I'm just going to deal 60 damage and give myself a high cooldown. So in the time you surrender Villain, with Llao Llao you can do both of these skills and they're almost ready to go again. Alright, going back to Firestorm, on the Firestorm, you have a sub skill that gives you double damage and a shield, also high cooldown for turn. And then lastly, you have Burn in Hell Criminal, which deals moderate fire damage, 50% chance of burning all the enemies. Is this not the same as this skill right here? They're the same thing, right? Deals moderate fire damage, 50% chance of burning. Yeah, so I don't know why. One costs more stamina. So not a fan of the Firestorm, even if you get him ranked up. Again, his cost is more. So if you have to pick a monster, if you can only choose one, Llao Llao really is the way to go. Far superior in my personal opinion. But again, overall, prioritize the gems because they can help you get the mythic monsters. And with that being said, guys, that is going to be it for this 72-hour challenge video. I hope it was helpful. I hope it was informative. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Thank you very much, guys, and remember to subscribe.